Hello.
Hello. We're kind of
I know, we're kind of
in the
matching
same
the vibe.
vibe. I know, I love it. Where's your dress from?
TJ Maxx.
Oh my gosh. You know what you got me addicted to?
What?
Nordstrom Rack.
I love Nordstrom Rack. I get a lot of jewelry from there.
Yes, I got these rings from there the other day. I love it.
Ooh,
Well,
those are cute.
there's one in South Lake, which is a lot closer to me, and
Okay.
I'm like obsessed with it. I love Nordstrom Rack now. And have you ever been to Dillard's Clearance?
No.
Okay, we need to go there one day. There's one in Fort Worth and there's one somewhere in between
Okay.
Dallas and Fort Worth, and they usually have like really good stuff there too.
Ugh, can we have a shopping day next
I know,
month?
I really want to. I really want to go thrifting too.
Okay.
That's something that I've been really wanting to do because I looked at my closet the other day and I was like, all of this is winter stuff.
Yeah.
Because I guess during winter was really when I was like, I want to be a fashionista. I want to be a fashion icon. And so I got rid of like a lot of stuff, but I got new stuff, but it was all winter stuff. So yeah. And if you ever see like really cool outfits that I have on for the podcast, it's usually from Nuuly.
Yes.
So it's not stuff that I own. It's from Nuuly, which I love Nuuly because it really like lets me have like, I don't know, get stuff where I usually wouldn't buy, but I can maybe try out different like silhouettes, dresses, things like that, colors too.
Yeah.
Been really into colors. So yeah, you got me addicted to Nordstrom Rack and I love it now, especially for jewelry. Like it is so good for jewelry. I found like so many great pieces there and shoes.
Yep. Shoes.
They have really great shoes.
Yeah. I get like most of my shoes from Nordstrom Rack.
Yeah, they had so many good ones. Like, and like the brands are so good too. I saw some Jeffrey Campbell shoes there that I really loved. And they're all like less than $100, which is really, really nice for shoes. Especially like those brands that are like really expensive. So yeah, anyways.
I need to tell you about something that I did yesterday that I forgot.
Oh.
So yesterday I went on a arboretum walk with my film camera, and I've had this film camera since November, and like the day that I bought it, the next day I went to the beach and shot a roll of film. And then when I got my film back, half of the frames were black, and they told me that I had a sticky shutter. And I was like, oh, that's annoying because I literally just bought this.
Yes.
And then I just kind of forgot about it. And then yesterday I was like, you know what? Let me figure out this film camera situation because I want to give it to someone like in our crowd during our wedding so that they can take photos from like their perspective.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay, let me figure this out. So I Googled how to fix a sticky shutter. And apparently old Canon cameras, this is very common. They get this like black tar substance on the shutter and you have to clean it off. And that's why the shutter gets literally sticky.
Interesting.
And it won't open all the way.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, how do you get this off? And I read this one article and it literally said to take some lighter fluid on a Q-tip and it'll come off because it like evaporates like alcohol.
You should have made a TikTok.
I should have. I'm not good at that though. But so I literally did it and it worked. And I guess like the lighter fluid is alcohol based, but when it evaporates, it doesn't leave water. Whereas like rubbing alcohol would leave water, and you don't want water in your camera. So I got it all off, and I took my camera. So I'm really excited to see if I actually fixed it.
Oh my gosh, yes!
But I had to DoorDash the lighter fluid that morning, and I also needed milk. So I DoorDashed milk, and Ian was like, literally, people are going to think you're making a bomb. Like, why are you doing this? He was like, just go to the store and get milk. I was like, no.
So funny. You're like, I'm not leaving this house. So sorry. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's kind of cool that you were able to.
Yeah, I kind of feel like a badass.
Yeah. No, I love it. Yeah, that's something that I would do. I love it. A DIY. I love doing things by myself. I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like I could do it.
Like I could take it to the store, but they'd probably charge me $200 to fix this. And I'm like, I can just do it myself.
Yeah, I know. That's amazing. I was at a wedding. So I've been second shooting a lot. Like that's all I've been doing. And that's what I'm going to be doing pretty much all April and May is second shooting, which is exciting. I really do like second shooting. I used to not really love it, but now I'm like, I like doing it. Maybe because I'm just like better at it.
Yeah.
Better. I'm just a better photographer. But I was second shooting last week, and one of the vendors who is a content creator, her name is Macy. I met her at one of her first weddings.
Oh,
And so
wow.
now she's like, she's, she blew up, of course, like all of these content creators. I'm just like, y'all are just like the it girls right now. It is so cool. And anyway, so she was at this wedding, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And so we were sitting down eating or like taking a break or something, and her assistant was like, oh my gosh, your nails are so cool. Like, they're literally perfect. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. I do them myself. And they were like, wait, what? Like, you do your nails by yourself? And I was like, yeah, I've been doing it for like, I don't know, like 3 years now, 4 years. And Macy was like, you just look like a girl that does a lot of things, or like has like a lot of passions. I forget how she actually says it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad that I give off that aura, because that's literally it. Like, I am kind of good at like a lot of things. I just like being crafty, and I love a DIY and just doing things myself. And when I do my nails, it's so like therapeutic. I'll like sit down and like watch some TV and just like take my time. And I'd rather take more time than it would at a salon, simply because I can like be at home. I can watch whatever I want to watch. I don't have to make small talk. Like, and it's just like, so I don't know. I love it. It's like a little craft, a little art project for me, is doing my nails. And it's so funny, even just like rewatching our podcast, because me and Miranda, literally our nails change every episode. It is crazy. You probably haven't noticed, but if you had, yeah, little Easter egg there.
Yeah, I also do my own nails.
We literally have different nails each week.
Well, these nails you're going to be seeing the past couple episodes, because I've been trying to test out what color I want for the wedding.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But I've been
in my French tip era. I love a French tip.
Yeah, that looks good.
French tip and red nails are like my signature. I love a red nail and I love a French tip, because both of them are just like classic to me. And so, yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of French tips from me. These are Gel X nails. And if you've ever wanted to do your nails, you should do it. It's really, really fun. And it might cost a little bit for like the upfront, but it really
But then you save so much money in the long run.
It really is so much fun to like choose colors, get like, but the thing is, you will, if you're anything like us, you'll want to change them like every week. Which is the problem.
That's why I like to do my own nails, because I can't go spend $100 every week.
Yes, and I also get so bored of the color. I'm like, ugh, red.
And my nails grow very fast.
Mine do too. So, yes, that's so true. Yeah, mine grow out really fast. So yeah, like the next week I'm like, well, I gotta change it.
Yep.
And it's fun. I really do love the time that I get to do my nails. It's really, really fun. So anyways, yeah, that's just a little thing that I had to bring up, because I forgot to mention it, because I edit the podcast. So it's just fun like seeing
our nails.
seeing our nails change every week. It is so funny. Oh, and then another correction that I had, it was like a few podcasts ago. I said bokeh, but it's bokeh.
Well, some people say bokeh, so I was just gonna let you have it.
Really? Yeah. I don't know. I'm like, blame it. My first language is Spanish. Okay. I'm just gonna blame it on that. I'm multi-language girl over here. So don't blame me for things that I say wrong. And that's also funny, because that episode 2 is where you said like, yeah, we beat it like a dead horse, or like something like that, which is so funny, because like the saying is not that. It's something similar. I need to look it up. I should have looked it up before this, but I didn't think I was actually going to mention it. But it's so funny, because I'm the same way. Like, any saying I will get wrong. It doesn't matter what
like idioms or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, any idiom, like I will say it completely wrong. But when you say it, like, you know what I mean, you know?
Exactly. No, I guess it is beat it like a dead horse. to continue arguing or discussing something that has already been decided or is no longer relevant. I don't know. Maybe you did say it right, but I thought it was something else because it doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just the whole thing was just like,
I just
why
used
did we
the
say
wrong
that?
one. Yeah, that's icky to me. I don't like talking about beating dead horses.
Yeah, it just sounds funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe you did say it right, but it was just funny because I was just like, oh my gosh, everything that's like that, I always say it wrong, or I say it backwards, or like I get two words mixed up, and I'm just like, sorry, I wasn't.
I'm just a
I'm just a
girl.
girl. I know 2 languages way more than most people, so blame it on that. I'm just sorry. I
Yeah.
can't keep it all in my head.
I love it. Well, speaking of the bokeh that we were talking about, did you finish White Lotus?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh, I remember texting you. I was like, the coconut milk is off. And you were like, what are you talking about?
Well, I didn't know what you were referring to. I didn't know you were like quoting it. Yes. Because I guess I just like kind of like missed that part, or it wasn't like important in my brain, that like quote, because I was just so like, what is going on right now? Like I was just, the last episode
funny.
was so crazy. I was just like, what is happening?
I could not stop laughing. Like that whole scene got me.
It was so funny. It was so real though. Like it was just like this looks like it would be happening to someone going through that, because they're just so like, they're ashamed that they don't want to tell their family that they're going through this, which is so sad that people are going through something and they feel so shameful about it, they literally can't tell even their own family, because they're just like, they think they're being perceived as someone that like has their stuff together, would never do wrong, he's like the head of the family, and then literally everyone except for his younger son is like, I can't live like a monk. I can't. What does Parker Posey say? She's like, I'm just, I can't live an uncomfortable life. Like
at this point in my life.
At this point in my life, I can't live an uncomfortable life. And I'm like, well, yeah. And so he had like all these people around him just being like, I can't live like a poor person.
The fact that he was trying to kill them all is wild.
I know.
And leave Lachlan without a family. Yes. I was like, are you kidding?
It was crazy. Yeah, that was the wildest. Yeah, that was the wildest episode ever. But it was perfect. I thought it was. I thought it was great, and it was so funny. People were saying, "What was the girl's name? The younger daughter,
Piper."
Piper. Yeah. How could I forget Piper? Whenever she was at the monastery, or is that what it's called? Yeah. She was trying to gatekeep Buddhism from from her brother, and it was so funny. It was just so funny the way like she was looking at him, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to stay here with you," and she's like, what? It was just funny. And I don't know. This season was just so good. I cannot wait for the next one.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it was really good. And then I watched, I finished Fallout, which you recommended.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I need to rewatch it. It's so good. I love the main character from it because she's in Yellow Jackets.
I kind of forget who it was.
I don't know her name, but...
Wait, why did I? Oh, yeah. That's where I remember her from.
Yes,
I was like,
she's in Yellow Jackets. Okay. She's like the best friend.
Okay, yes.
Shauna's best friend that day. Well,
which
no spoilers. Watch Yellow Jackets.
I still haven't started season 2 yet, but
of
Yellow Jackets.
Oh, it's season 3.
Season 3?
One. The newest one, I think.
What? Did I not even watch season 2 either? Wow, I got some.
I'm pretty sure it's
on.
season 3.
Oop.
That we're on.
Okay. Well, I did watch the first episode of Last of Us, the second season. Did you watch it? I'm so scared for how much I'm going to cry. It's so good.
Me too. It is, oh my gosh.
Like, I'm too empathetic for this. Like,
I can't
literally
help.
crying, and it's only the first episode. So
I know. I needed to. Thank God TikTok exists, because I'm one of those people. Again, I think I've said this before. I'll read something, I'll forget what it's even about, but I'll know it's good. I'll recommend it to people. If they ask me what it's about, I don't know. Just read it.
Yeah.
Same thing happens with TV shows. I'll watch and binge an entire season, and I'll just forget what happens. Like, I'll kind of know what happens,
Yeah.
obviously, but I won't know like the intricate details. And so thank God for TikTok that someone recapped the first season,
That's good.
because I was like, I need to rewatch the first season, because there's just like little things that I watched the first episode of the second season and I was like, I don't understand why this is so important, or like why they keep bringing this up. So I was like, I need to like rewatch it, or thank God again for TikTok, someone recapped it, and I was like, I don't need to watch it. Because that first season is kind of like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in. There's like one specific episode that is just like heartbreaking. Well, honestly, kind of all of them are, but there's one specific one that it's just like almost like I don't think I could watch again. But yeah, so I was just like, oh, okay. I know everything now, but yeah, I'll have to send it to you because it was perfect. I was like, this is everything I needed to know. Thank you. And of course, like I don't play the video game, so I don't know anything about that. And Dina, the character, I'm obsessed with her. She has like this, it's not an accent, but it kind of is. It's like, I don't know if she's Hispanic, Latina. I don't know what it is, but she has this like English, I don't know how to describe it, but her voice is like almost raspy, and the way she talks is just like, I don't know, I just love it so much. She has like this tone in her voice that I don't know where she grew up or anything, but it's just like, I love it.
Am I tripping, or was she Dora the Explorer? The live action Dora the Explorer?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like it was her.
Maybe. And I have no idea.
I literally could Google these things, but I don't do them. I'm like,
oh, really? That's crazy. I'll be like watching a show, and I'm like on IMDb, like seeing where these people have been. Like,
I like to like make myself think it through, and then
oh, not me. I'm like, I need to know right now.
One thing about me is like I will always forget to Google things.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh, what is her name?
She's stunning though. I love her.
I know. I love her.
Because I've seen her in something else before.
Isabella Merced? Let's see. She was Dora in the Lost City.
Knew it. And Ian thought I was being crazy.
That is so fun. Did you watch Dora?
No, but I
was like, how do you know this?
I just remember seeing like trailers for it.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. She was in Turtles All the Way Down. That's another one that she was in. But yeah, she's so cute. I love her. She's 23.
She gives Dora. Like her face is Dora.
That is so funny. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder where she's from. Oh, she's Peruvian.
Oh, amazing.
Peruvian. Oh, she's from Cleveland, Ohio, or she was born there. Interesting. She just has like almost like a Mexican California accent.
Maybe she's doing it for the show.
It's not an accent, but it's like, I don't know, the way she like says some words and anyways, that's not even important, but I just love her. And this episode, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need it all. I need it all right now. I don't know. I love The Last of Us is so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
We're just a TV podcast, aren't we? We just need to have recaps about every
We've gone this long, it's a bit now.
I know,
so we can't stop.
I know, we just love TV so much. And honestly, I'm always on top of things. Like, before anybody was into White Lotus, I was watching White Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
So if I find TV, I will let you guys know, and you're going to be the first ones to know about it because I always am.
I love it.
And of course, The Last of Us, everyone knows about that one, but there's just like TV shows that I find that are like on the cusp of being amazing and everyone's about it. And then I'm like, I've been on that. That's my talent.
How I felt about Chaperone, because I listened to her 2 years before anyone else.
Yes, I love that. That was me with Halsey. I listened to
really?
her before she blew up, and that was, like, one of mine where I was like, "Oh my gosh, how did I know her before she, like, blew up?" It's crazy. It's just cool, like, getting to, like, see someone before they, like, actually get super, super
Mhm.
famous, so that's been nice. I don't think I've been watching anything else. I'm always watching Survivor, The Amazing Race, RuPaul's Drag Race, all of those shows I'm always watching in the background, so
Yeah.
but everyone really knows about those. No, that's it, I think. Well, this episode, we're gonna talk about not TV shows. Unless do you have anything else?
No,
No?
that was
Okay,
it.
okay. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about some tips we have for wedding days and
Yes.
how we can make things go smoother, how you can make your life easier on a wedding day because wedding days are hard.
Yeah.
And there are ways to make things go a lot smoother and better and not as stressful as it can be.
Mhm.
Because it can be not stressful. I've had wedding days where it's like chaotic, timeline, locations, craziness, and I still feel like, oh, that was easy. Like
Mhm.
it's not too bad. So we're gonna talk about that today. And Miranda, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, some of these are, like, super niche, some of them might seem like, duh, but we're kinda talking to people who maybe are just starting out in the wedding industry, or maybe you've had a couple weddings under your belt, but, um, adding these tips will really, really help just everything run smoothly.
Yeah, and I think even like some of these tips that I wrote down, like I've been doing just within the past like year and a half.
Mhm.
So even if you're not just starting out, like some of these tips I feel like will help you too.
Yeah,
Or
so
just remind you of like, oh yeah, I should do that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the first one that I have is, going in with a plan and having a specific shot list that you want your second shooter to do. Like, if you are planning on having your second shooter do most of the details of the day, this is something that I just started implementing because I would just kinda tell my seconds, like, "Okay, I want you to go do reception details." But then I wouldn't really tell them how I would want them to shoot the details, and then I get the gallery back, and because I wasn't there doing it myself, they don't really look like what I would
What you would
want.
shoot.
Yeah. So, I just did this. I have a wedding May 4th, and I sent, the timeline and everything to my second shooter, and I have a list of, um, shots that I want her to get during the ceremony, reception, um, and I kinda preface it with, like, "This might sound like I'm crazy or like I don't trust you, but these are just the shots that I absolutely need, and then after that, feel free to be creative and do whatever you want,
Mhm.
but just make sure you get these." And I sent them to her in a notes app, like, on your phone, and, it's, like, collaborative so that I can see when she checks it off, like, their
Mhm.
check marks, it's like a list that you can check off, and so I feel like that helps a lot and, like, gives them incentive to actually do it.
Yes.
If that
Yes.
makes sense, because she can
Yes.
see that I'm, like, looking at it.
Yeah, and
Um
as, like, a second shooter, I feel like that always helps, like, "What do you want? I can't read your mind.
Mhm,
I'm not gonna know what you want unless you tell me, so I'd rather you give me pictures or, like,
mhm,
specific instructions on what you want, than just going in blind and just being like, 'Just do whatever,' and then they get mad at you
mhm.
without you even knowing because you're not getting what they want."
Yeah.
But it's like, "Well, you didn't tell me."
Yeah.
So whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Not mine. So yeah, that's a really good tip.
Especially because I haven't shot with this girl before, so,
Yes. Yeah,
um,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's good. I think anybody should do that regardless of if you want specific shots or not. I think you should tell your seconds what you need from them, whether it is like, just do whatever. Okay, that's fine. But like, if you're actually wanting specific shots, I think it's very, very
Mhm.
important to tell them beforehand and maybe not the day before, the day of, because I can't read your mind. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know what you want. Even if you tell me the day of, like, I need to see like an image or like some visual to see what you're even talking about or like what you want. So yeah, that's good. For me, one of the tips that makes my weddings run smooth is packing snacks.
You are the
That
queen
has
of
been
snacks, and you have taught me.
Yeah, that has been essential to my weddings. Like that is something that I will not do because I see as like when you're running a marathon, you want sugar, sugar, sugar to keep you going.
Mhm.
And so I always pack snacks that are like what you would honestly take to a marathon. So I always like the fruit sauces. What are they called?
Yeah, like the pouches.
Yeah, applesauce. It's like
Applesauce.
applesauce.
Yeah.
They're meant for kids, but they're really good if you just need like a quick pick me up, and it's like good for you. It's not anything bad, and it's just quick. Like you can
Mhm.
just like in 1 second. You don't need a lot of time to eat it either. So packing snacks is essential for me. Like I always have snacks on me, like peanut butter, crackers, those apple sauces. There's also ones that aren't made for kids that have like protein in them too.
Mhm.
They're like smoothies. I think they're what they're called. I can't remember the brand name, but um, you can find them at like Sprouts or like Whole Foods or places like that. And those are like my favorite snacks to bring. So I have a lunchbox that I'll bring to wedding days, and I make sure that like every like 3 hours I'm like getting something because it really does help keep you going.
It does.
Because some photographers are like, "Oh, I don't even remember to drink water," or like I don't remember to eat and do all that stuff, but that is so essential to keep you going that you can't just forget. That's
Mhm.
like almost like a must have on a wedding day. Like you have to have water, you have to have snacks to keep you going and keep you energized and just I don't know. You don't ever want to feel like so tired.
Yeah, and it also helps the recovery day the next day so much more
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
fueling.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just one of those things that you need to remember and just pack for too,
Yeah.
and just make it like a non-negotiable that you have to take. So I just bought a lunchbox from Amazon and I just pack it with snacks every morning. And I'll have like ice packs in there. So I'll have water, I'll have either like an energy drink or like green tea in there just to have something in case I need it.
Mhm.
So that's like really essential for me. That's like
Yeah.
one of the things that I have been learning. I'm like, no, this is either me getting older or just me just like needing to
Yeah.
I don't know. My wedding days also have been so much longer than they used to be. So I just need to always like fuel up for the day. So
Very important. Okay, my second tip is putting your phone background as the timeline,
mm-hmm.
which might sound simple, but I mean, I know a lot of people that do that. But if you haven't tried it, do it because whenever someone asks you a question, you just have to look at your lock screen
Yeah.
instead of going through all your documents and trying to
Yes.
find what's going on.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's a good one. I don't do that often, but I always have everything in OneNotes.
Yes,
Um,
that too.
I have everything. Like, um, I'll ask the couple what the attire is for guests. I'll ask what the color palette is. Like everything, their point of contact and addresses, timeline, family photos are all in one note. So it just makes things a lot easier to organize and you're not having to go back and forth and like to
Mhm.
this document to like, I don't know. It's just a lot sometimes when you don't have everything organized. So just having everything in one place is so nice.
Yes.
It's so nice. And honestly, I just try to remember the main points of the timeline, like when the ceremony is and things like that. But that is a good tip. I need to start doing that.
Yeah,
Changing
because
the
I like, when someone comes, like, a mom or, an aunt comes to me and asks me a question, I wanna be able to answer it very fast so it looks like I know what I'm doing.
Yes, yes.
So all I have to do is just, like, "Oop," touch my
Yeah,
phone and I can see
yeah,
it.
yeah. You're like, "Oh, here's time."
Yep.
Okay, yeah. No, that's good, that's good. All right, my next tip is, getting there early.
Yes.
I have been a part of weddings and seen weddings where lead photographers are there right on time, which is fine, but every time they look and the energy is giving stressed,
Frantic.
frantic, stressed because you're getting there and you have to do a lot before you even start shooting.
Yeah.
So yeah, your start time might be at 2, but it takes you, I mean, at least for me, it takes me like 30 minutes to unpack all my stuff, get all my stuff out of my car, say hi to the couple, say hi to mom, say hi to the planner. Like it really does take a long time. And I've just noticed getting there early just makes me feel so much more at ease and less frantic and chaotic and just being able to take my time. I
Yeah.
don't like feeling rushed, and maybe that's just me, but I don't like that energy because if I take that energy on at the beginning of the day, I'm just going to feel behind and stressed the entire day. And I don't want to do that. And I'd rather just show up 1 or 2 hours early and be like just stress free because
Yes.
it's not like I'm doing that much at the beginning of the day anyway. So it's not like I'm using so much of my energy for those 2 hours. So
Yeah.
even if it is a 12-hour day, yeah, it's exhausting, but I'd rather it be exhausting than stressful.
Yes. Yeah.
And you just carry that energy and people can feel that even if you're not like showing it or like saying like I feel like chaos right now, people can feel that. And so
Mhm.
you don't want to bring that energy into someone's wedding day. So if you do feel like you're constantly like in a frenzy or like just like I don't know, even like that wedding that you had where you, had to find parking somewhere else and then you had to walk
Yeah.
through, like, that
That
took
took an
so
hour
long.
alone.
Yeah, that took so long, and
Yeah.
so just being prepared for things like that as well, because that could have taken an hour of your coverage time.
Mhm.
So
Or even, like, when I have a wedding downtown that is 10 minutes from my house, I'm not leaving 10 minutes before I'm supposed to be there because I know it's gonna take at least 15 minutes to find parking if there's not valet.
yes.
So, maybe even more.
Yes. Mhm.
So, yeah, like, it's also not just about, like, unloading your things and being calm, it's also buffering in time for things to go wrong.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and especially, like, in a city like this, like, traffic, you never know
Mhm.
what that's gonna be, like, it could take you 30 minutes or it could take you an hour because something goes wrong.
Mhm.
So, yeah, buffering in that time too. So, I don't know, all that to say is I just like getting to my weddings early now. I don't like being there right on time because that just takes away from the timeline, and then the timeline is just like, I don't know, it you could cause the timeline to go, um,
Mhm.
off.
And I know some people that have this mindset where it's like, "Well, I'm getting there right on time because that's how what I'm getting paid for." And I'm like, "That's such a weird mindset to have
Yeah.
because, like, what? Like, yeah, they're paying for your time, but also, if you don't get there early, then what they're paying for isn't your best."
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So,
especially if you are in that, like, stressful, frantic state, like, you might as well just get there 30 minutes early. Like,
yeah,
it's really
yeah,
not that big of a deal. Like, it'll be fine. I mean, sometimes it takes you longer to edit, so that's, like, going into your time too. And so,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand that logic either. I'm just like, I mean, you do you. It's your business, but I'll be getting there early.
Yes, same.
I'll be getting there early. And, most people don't even notice. And that's not something that I really care for the client to notice, but I notice. And I know that the energy that I bring to the day will be noticed. And
Mhm,
so that's why I think you'll go further if you do things that
mhm.
aren't like, I'm going to, I'm not getting paid during those hours, so I'm not going to go. Okay, well, you can do that,
Yeah.
but
Okay, my next one is well, it's kinda 2 in 1. Bring a change of clothes or shoes, definitely a pair of shoes to change into when it's, like, at the 8-hour mark and your feet are killing you. They're
Mhm.
barking. The dogs are barking. And then also a change of clothes, you never know what's gonna go wrong. But also if you're just sweaty and want to be refreshed for the reception.
Yes, yes, I did that at one of my weddings too, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
It felt so nice to change into, like, clean clothes, and even just, like, the change of shoes does help a lot.
Yes. And then along with, like, a change of outfit, um, I've been wearing a watch lately, which sounds weird, but I love the feeling when, like, mom comes up to me and she's like, "What time is it?" All I have to
Mhm,
do is look at my watch. I feel like it's just way more professional because I don't like to be on my phone a lot.
mhm.
It just, like, gives a perception even if you are looking at the timeline, it gives a perception that you're just on your phone.
Not paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
So,
that too.
anything that I can, like, put on my body that's not my
Yeah,
phone.
that's another tip. I try not to be on my phone,
Yeah.
like, at all, even, like and if I'm gonna be on my phone, it's gonna be in a closet, it's gonna be somewhere where guests and anybody can't see me. Like,
Yes.
I don't want to be at the reception, like, sitting down, taking a break, and being on my phone. I am going somewhere where it's, like, no guests can see me, couple can't see me, to
Mhm.
get on my phone and look at stuff like that. And when obviously, like, sometimes, like, during getting ready, I'll have to look at my timeline and look at my phone, but
it's very minimal time.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good tip.
And even with the watch, like, another thing I'll say is something that I've noticed really helps, like, with the flow and the energy of the day. If someone asks me what time it is, I tell them the time, but then I follow up with, but we're right on schedule, like, we got time, no rush. Because, like, even if they are behind on the timeline, letting them know that that's okay helps a lot.
Yeah,
'Cause
just reassuring.
yeah.
I feel like I do that a lot too, and I guess I've never noticed until you just said that I'm always like, "It's fine. We're good. We're
Yeah.
good. We're good."
We're always on time, like, that's what I always say, like,
Yeah.
we're always on time. You never wanna tell the bride that they're behind.
Yeah,
So
because you can always make up time, you can
Yeah.
skip a few things, you can do things
That's
after
our
the
job.
ceremony, especially, like, before the ceremony, everyone's so, like, I don't know, there's just, like, sometimes they just feel stressed because they're about to get married.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just letting them know, "It's okay, we're good, we're fine, like, take your time, it's not a big deal, we'll get to the ceremony, like,
Mhm.
it's not gonna be the end of the world if we have to do things after the ceremony or whatever." So, yeah, no, that's a good tip.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love how these tips are, like, very, specific
Yeah.
too. Because it's not like gear or, like,
Yeah.
things like that where you would usually see
They're actually
from.
things that help you.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Because of course, have a backup camera, duh. Well, I
Yeah.
guess that's not a duh, but you can learn that from, like, other people. We're here to give you the tips that, like, we've been learning along the
Yes.
way. So one of the things that really helps me have, like, the smoothest wedding day that I've been loving doing is telling the couple to tell their family in advance who is staying for photos and who is not. Because when I first started, this isn't something that I would tell the couple at all. I would just kind of, like, hope to God that they just told their people. But anytime I would do that, there would be family members that are like, do we stay? Do we not stay? And then there would be family members that would just leave to
Mhm.
go to cocktail hour or to the different location. And then we're missing them. And so then the couple's like, well, I guess they're not going to be in photos, even though they wanted them in photos. So I ran into that a lot. And then I was just like, why am I not telling my couple to tell their people to get their family in a group text or whatever and tell them exactly who's going to be there for photos? Because, it has made my life so much easier.
Mhm.
Like, all the weddings that I've been doing this year and I guess last year too. I've been doing it for a while, but my family sessions are so good. Or, like, not my family sessions,
The family photo
the
part.
family photo part goes so smoothly. Like, it is like I'm running a freaking military camp. Like,
Yeah.
it goes so well, and it's because, like, I prepare my couples for this too, and I don't just give them, just a I don't just tell them, like, make a list of people that you want in your family photos. I give them a whole document that tells them exactly what they need, how much time each group is gonna take. I tell them, like, it's probably gonna take a minute or 2 for each grouping because it seems like that's a lot of time, but it takes them a while to get up to the stage and, like, get everyone ready. So it takes, like, a minute or 2 for each family grouping. So if they want more than 10, it's gonna take this much. So I give them all of these tips, and I tell them exactly how to make the flow of the family photo list, to where it's like the bride isn't going in and out with her dress, because that takes up a lot of time too. I'll try to get, like, the bride and groom together for most of the photos, and then I'll have the bride exit some of the photos. So it's just like, it is the most efficient
Yes.
family photo list. And maybe one day I can, like, maybe make an Instagram post about how I do it, because I swear every time I get complimented
You
on
know.
how
I've
efficient it
seen
is.
it.
How efficient it is. And most of my couples are, like, very family oriented, and so they have list on list on list of family photos, and we get through it in 30 minutes or less. And so it has been game changing, and I think it really is because I tell them to tell their people
Mhm.
who's gonna be there, and even sometimes I'll give them the list to give them so they know where they're gonna
Mhm.
be on the list.
Mhm.
And also, sometimes I think what makes family photos, sorry, I have so much to talk about for family
No, I love
photos.
it. Keep going.
Something with family photos too is that a lot of people will want different combinations of people that aren't on my list. And I always tell them, give me a second. Let me go through my list first, because the thing is, I don't know these people.
Right.
So I'm not going to know who's cousin and whatever. I want to go through my list first. And then after I go through my list, you do whatever you want. You can get this cousin, that aunt, like you can do whatever. But of course, we got to politely tell them, I got to get through this first. Then we can do whatever photos that you want, guys want, if we didn't already do it. Because sometimes it's like they don't look at the list, so they don't know who's on there.
They don't know who's on deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
They don't know who's going to be actually in the photos. So that's another thing where I'm like, okay, let me get through my list first. Let me go in the order I want to go in, and then we can do whatever you want.
So good.
So that is a really good tip to tell your couples. Just tell them either I'm getting ahead of my health. Oh my gosh, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'll tell my couples to text them, email them, or even I've seen people put it in the invitation, like stay for family photos.
Love it. Love that. To piggy off of that one, this was a tip that I had for like any groupings of photos that you're doing of people, like family photos or wedding party photos, groomsmen, bridesmaid. I feel like that is, especially with like newer photographers, that's where you get the most stressed.
Yes.
Because it is stressful. You are like handling a bunch of different people. And so it is high stress, high strung. That's why whenever it's done, you feel that big relief. But something that really helps it go by faster is if you don't freak out if someone's not there. Like I've seen like second shooting for people, they'll freak out if cousin isn't here, and then everyone's like, go grab cousin, like, and everyone's waiting. Instead of waiting, it's really nice to just say, okay, while we're waiting on that person to come, let's get this photo, and just go on to the next person, because that's gonna waste a lot of time waiting for everyone, especially during like bridesmaids photos or grooms. It's always groomsmen, like one groomsman is not there.
Yes.
And so, and then instead of waiting around for that groomsman, just be like, instead of taking the group photo, we're just going to move right into individual photos.
Yes.
And you knock those out. So just being very efficient in your time like that is very helpful.
And you look like you know what you're doing during that time, and you're not just like, oh, we're waiting on cousin. Okay.
Yeah.
Unless it's like the last photo that you literally have to take. Okay, then you can wait a little bit. But yeah, I think going on to the next one is probably the better thing to do, because it is going to take a while. You don't realize how long it actually takes until you're done with it all, and you're like, oh my god, why did family photos take me 45 minutes?
Yeah.
And it's because those times where people are in and out, someone has to find someone else, all of those things are just like, oh my gosh. So just making sure that your couple knows and their family knows who's in photos will just make your life so much easier. And it seems like so simple, because it is.
Yeah.
I just don't think a lot of people do it because it's not really talked about.
Yeah.
I don't feel like a lot of people talk about the tips that we're talking about. It's more so like just tips of like, have backup gear, have this flash. So I'm glad we're making this episode. I'm like, wow, we're amazing.
Well, this is like the things that we do on a day to make it so easy. So
yeah, exactly. And to piggy off of that, there's another tip that I had that kind of goes with family photos is like, don't be afraid to be loud and speak up during family photos, because it'll go so much easier. I feel like I used to be a little bit timid and like not want to like, I don't know, be the authority, but that's how you get people to get up there. Like you got to be loud. You, especially like people are talking, people are having fun. Like you gotta, people
are already drunk.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying like yell at them, but sometimes I put my loud voice on and I'm like, get up there, because we need to get these photos done. I'm on a time limit right now.
There's something that like, I don't know, something like a flip switches in me, because like they're out the whole day. I'm just like,
yes, same.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, we need Brenda. Yes. We need Craig. Like, and Julie's on deck. Yes. Like, you gotta like yell like you're like a sports coach or something.
Yes, exactly.
And then they appreciate it.
No, they do. I've never had anyone be like, oh my gosh, she's so mean. Or like,
no, they always say, oh my gosh, that was so fast. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. So just don't be afraid to be loud.
Yeah.
People do appreciate that. And I think that's something that I wasn't doing during family photos, which made it so much more stressful, because I'm like, okay, where's mom? Where's dad? And people are like, who?
Which mom?
Yes.
Learning names
Exactly.
really helps too.
Yes. I always have people write down the names of
Yeah.
each family member on there, and that does make things a lot easier. But okay, enough about family photos.
Yeah.
What's next?
A great tip I have is when you first get to the venue, this is another reason why it's good to get there early. I always go and straight introduce myself to any of the vendors that I see, especially the planner, especially the videographer if they have one, and especially the DJ whenever you see the DJ. Because those are the people that you're working with throughout the whole day. And if, like, it sounds like a simple tip, but there's been so many times, like, when I first started and I see other people do this, they show up and they're just, like, in their own little world, and they're like, "I'm doing photos," and they don't talk to anyone else throughout the day, which is, like, easy to do, but it's like, if you're standoffish like that towards the planner or the video team, like, when they need something from you, like, it's just not gonna be good. Like, it's awkward, and, it's, like, so much easier to work as a collaborative team. So just make those relationships right off the get-go, because then they're gonna be more willing to, like, communicate with you as well.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I love it. Let's see. What else do I have? Oh, I have been asking for their color palette and invites in advance to prepare for their flat lay. And that just makes my day go so smoothly because I'm not like surprised or like not that even because being surprised about like what everything looks like is fine too because I feel like I've done it, but it just makes me so much more feel more prepared and be prepared for what I'm about to get into. Especially just with the flat lay alone, which I feel like we have talked about this a lot, but I take my time with those and I actually try to match everything together. And so if I know what their colors are, what their invitations look like, I can pre-plan in my head of like, okay, I need to get this or I need to bring this certain color and not have to bring in like everything that I have for this wedding because I have no idea what they're going to have or not have. And so
Yeah.
it just like helps me prepare for their day, and just being prepared just feels so good when you're going into a wedding day. Cause I've seen it all too, where people are not prepared. They don't have anything together. And again, that energy of just like chaos is just not good.
Yeah.
Like, I just do not like it. And again, I feel like other people can feel it. And so just being prepared with that has been life changing. And again, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so amazing. I've never seen anybody else do this. And I didn't learn this from anybody else. It's just me trying to prepare for their wedding and saying like what I can do before the wedding even starts to just make it go so smoothly.
Mhm.
And I guess if you're not doing any flat lay stuff or whatever, then you don't have to worry about this. But yeah, it just makes things so much smoother on my end to prepare for everything
Mhm.
for the wedding day. So that's been really, really helpful for me.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I've implemented that since knowing you, so
Yeah, I know. I love it. It's just I don't know. Something about it is just like just feeling prepared just makes me feel so good. Who knew?
My next step is something that you might encounter on the fly. So, learning how to tie a tie or fold a pocket square or pin a boutonniere.
Oh,
Because
yes.
when you're around groomsmen and the planner is nowhere to be found, they look to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know how to tie a tie, I'm speaking to myself because I learned once and then I kind of forgot.
Yeah. I definitely don't know how to tie.
Yeah. But instead of like, I feel like a lot of times it's been a parent where I'm like with a groom and I'm like trying to get him to go to the first look and he's still trying to figure out how to tie his tie.
Yes.
And so there's like 3 different YouTube videos going on. No one knows what's happening.
That would be a good tip to tell him before the wedding day.
Yeah.
Actually, instead
Learn
of like
how to tie a tie.
yes, like family photos, tell them. Learn how to tie a tie if you don't
Yes.
know how to tie a tie.
Especially a bow tie. Those are so hard.
Oh my gosh, that's actually okay. I need to implement that.
And then I've done a lot of boutonniere pinning in my
Yes.
career, so learn how to pin a boutonniere good.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good one for sure. And speaking of boutonnieres, something else that I take to all my weddings is like emergency items.
Mm.
And not that that really makes the day go smoother, but it can if you need it. But I'll have like Band-Aids, I'll have extra boutonniere pins in my kit too, just in case, like, I don't know, one breaks or we can't find one or whatever, or we need extra like hold for the boutonniere, because sometimes the florist gives us like pins that are like so flimsy that I'm like, this
Yeah.
boutonniere is gonna fall over. The freaking boutonniere is like 10 pounds because there's like 10 flowers on here. So I always have things like that, a tide pin, because we all remember the story of the bride
Yes.
with the photographer. Let's not go into it. Wrinkle release spray, because
Okay,
sometimes
yeah.
I feel like that, I don't know, even I feel like sometimes I'll need it for my own clothing, or even like I use it for my backgrounds, my flat lay backgrounds
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Sometimes they get a little bit wrinkly, so I'll just spray it on there and smooth it out. And so, yeah, I'll carry like Advil, I'll carry Benadryl, I'll carry Claritin. Like I have it all. Like it is on deck. I'll have like what are those things called? The to button the dress.
Oh, yeah, the,
Crochet hook?
yeah,
Is that
crochet
what it
hook.
is? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'll have one of those too. I have pins, safety pins, everything that you would need. I have earring backs, like so many things. Bobby pins, ponytail holders. I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's about it. But just little things like that, deodorant, mini deodorants for everyone. And I think that just like, again, with the prepared, you got to
Mhm.
be prepared for everything.
Yes.
So I always have that on deck.
I mean, this is an obvious one, but it might not be obvious, so we're gonna say it. Make sure you're shooting in RAW and you have your second shooters, and you should be also shooting on 2 different SD cards so that you have backups. And then sync your camera with your second shooter, because I feel like a lot of times people forget that. And even when I'm second shooting with people, I'm like, "Do you want me to sync up your camera?" And they're like, "Oh my gosh, thank you. I always forget." I'm like,
Literally
"Why are we
same.
forgetting? Come on."
Yes, this needs to be a part of the thing. Yeah. Syncing times.
Yeah, syncing date and time.
So on your camera, you can all be on the same time and date, and that just makes your life easier when you're editing.
Mhm.
So even with your own cameras, even if you don't have a second shooter, sync your cameras, because I've done that once or twice where I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to sync them, because I'll like second shoot for someone else, but I only use one camera, so I sync to their time, and then my cameras are a little off. So yeah, just always make that a part of like the checklist before the day starts, or like when you see the second shooter, like be like, okay, we got to sync times, because
Yeah.
if you have like 4 different cameras going on, that's gonna
That's
be
a
tough.
nightmare to
That's gonna be
edit.
tough to go through. So yeah, the syncing times is so good, and just with that too, this might be obvious too, but we all know from my the wedding that we did, where the ceremony was canceled
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was an emergency. I didn't have any batteries on me. So always carry a fanny pack or a bag, or stuff your pockets with batteries.
Mhm. Yep.
So you don't have to be in my situation, which I should have known better. But, it is what it is. That was like a once in a lifetime type of situation, I feel like.
Yeah.
So I've never really been in that situation before, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes you forget to bring it, or like you're like, I won't need it, but trust me, when you say you won't need it, you'll probably need it. So always carry a little bag or fanny pack or something for just extra batteries, flashes, all of those things, because it's so much easier than having to go back to your bag, come back to wherever you were shooting, and also you just feel more prepared
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
Whenever you're like, oh, you're like in the middle of portraits, you're like, oh my gosh, my camera just died. Give me a second. You
Yeah.
switch it out, and you don't have
And you're
to
good to
be
go.
like, oh, I gotta go all the way
Yeah.
to my camera bag. I'll be right back. And so that just
Right.
takes time. And it just like, I don't know, those little things, not that it doesn't make you look professional, but it just adds to like the overall look of how you handle a wedding day.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The last one I have is, we kinda talked about it, but when Kim was saying ask for, like, their colors and dress code, I always ask the planner what the dress code and the attire is for the event, because you don't wanna show up to a black tie event in, like, semi-formal clothes. And then also tell your second shooter what to wear as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I asked that in their questionnaire, and I'll ask the planner too of what the dress code is, because that really is so important.
Yeah.
Because you really never know, and you want to be able to know what you're getting into. Again, that comes with being prepared, and also telling your second or assistant or whoever is going to be there with you as your team to also dress the exact same way that you want them to. Because that's another thing. People never, like when I second shoot, people never tell me what to wear. And I'm like, you're lucky I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because I've had some situations where I'm like, what are you wearing? But it's fine. But that's another thing I definitely ask beforehand too. A lot of these things that I feel like I've been doing is like things before the wedding even starts to make it go smoother.
Yeah.
Which I guess I didn't realize until now that a lot of it is like preparing beforehand. Will make it a lot easier. And then I think this is my last tip too. I don't think I have anything else. Just knowing where you're going to take photos beforehand. And so that's also why I get to my weddings a little bit early too, is to kind of like map out where everything's gonna happen and where we're going to take photos, and just having like a mini plan. Sometimes I'll do it the day of, where I'm like not really going to know where I'm going to take photos, but I'll have enough time in the timeline where I'm able to go out and just be like, okay, this is where we're going to do the first look. This is where we're going to do this, and just kind of like mapping that out. But like, if I know the day of that I don't have enough time in the timeline to do that, but before we do anything, then at the beginning of the day is where I'll kind of map out. And even I've been starting to do this year, is asking my couple if they have places where they want to take photos at their venue, because they kind of know their venue because they've been there beforehand. They know kind of like what they're envisioning in their head, and just asking the couple like, okay, do you have any specific locations that you want to utilize for different things? Do you want your first look to be here? All of that stuff. And I think that has helped me too with being like, oh, okay, they do want to take photos there, because sometimes I just don't know exactly what their vision is. Again, I can't read mine. So it's like, I'd like to ask them like, what parts of your venue do you want to utilize, and where do you want to take photos, or where do you envision these photos being taken? And so asking them where they want to do it is really helpful as well. So that's my last tip.
Those are great tips.
I know, honestly, those were really good. I did not think that, I don't know, I just like haven't heard anybody really talk about these types of tips.
Yeah. They're like insider things that you wouldn't know unless you're like doing it yourself, or you're with someone, you're like, oh, I like how they do that thing.
Yes, exactly. Okay, well, we'll leave you with that, guys. Thank you so much for listening again.
Thank you so much. I actually really appreciate it.
I know, seriously. I know. I'm like, every time I look at like the views or like the amount of listens, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you guys for listening to us. It's so, I don't know, I feel so appreciative of those that listen to us weekly, and just like people that have just found us, and we've been just trying to stay consistent. And so, thank you guys for everything. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.